on the show today, returning guest, Retro Wolf 88, YouTuber, gamer. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you guys having me back on. It is a pleasure. Really enjoyed it last time, and I know a lot has happened since last time that I'm sure you want to talk about.
Well, I think first we do want to say congrats on the 5,000 subs.
Thank you.
Congrats on the near 6,000 subs. Right, you're getting right up on there, right? I think last month you put out a video for that, and then now you're about to hit another 1,000 on top of that.
Yeah, my goal, my realistic goal is to try to hit 7,500 before the end of 2022. But judging by our growth rate currently, I think I'm going to get above that before the end of the year. I think I could. I mean, there's a chance I could get close to 10,000 depending on how it goes with our plan with the videos and stuff. And we've got some cool stuff planned, so it should work out pretty good.
Nice. Oh,
nice.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Well, listen, I just want to say congratulations. Hard work.
Cheers.
Love the videos. We've talking for a long time, and we always can never come together. And we did the first show, and we wanted to have you back on. Now that we're doing video, posting on YouTube, which is a new venture for us last year or this year.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So, just congratulations and continued growth. And
Thank
cheers.
you. Yeah. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, it's been a wild ride. YouTube it's a wild ride. Whenever you really dig in and just, try to make something out of it, it's a wild ride. It's a lot of work. It's tough. It's frustrating sometimes, but but I've gotten a lot more positives out of it than negatives, and it's been a pretty positive. It's had a pretty positive impact on my life. Not necessarily like financially or anything. I'm making like a tiny bit of money off of it, but just for my own mental health and sanity, it has been really beneficial. So I'll say that.
Yeah. I think, especially now with the, we call it the zombie apocalypse because, everyone kind of being at home and whatnot. When you have setups like this and you're able to kind of get on the internet and talk to people and whatnot, it really it makes you feel like, you're not alone out there, even though you're not supposed to go out. You got to stay safe and all that, as a way to kind of connect with people. So,
and we have an awesome community. This community is just great. I mean, so many awesome people in this community.
Yeah.
All right, but I want to jump into it, man, because
let's jump into it.
I have some questions.
Okay.
As a collector myself, I definitely like to pick the brain of other collectors and how they get their finds. But you had a complete Gamecube collection.
I did.
And then you sold it.
I sold it.
Can you tell us a little bit why?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get that complete collection the first time, and then why did you sell it?
Yeah. So let's just jump right in, man. So it's an interesting story. So obviously I started collecting, and we talked about this last time. I started collecting in August 2016. And as soon as I started collecting, my goal was to get a complete GameCube collection. So I had that goal from the very beginning. I completed the GameCube collection in early 2020. So it took me almost 4 years to complete it. And just this year, January 2022, I sold the entire thing to another YouTuber named Retro Rick. Now, I wasn't specifically targeting him at first. I was shopping around for buyers. I had a few potential buyers like Phoenix Resale, and a game store in Columbus, Ohio was a potential buyer, but I settled on Retro Rick because he was going to keep it. That was very important to me. If I sold it to a game store, they would piece it out and it would just be distributed amongst a bunch of people, which still would be kind of cool, but I would rather it go to one person. And me and Rick came to a deal that we were both happy with. Now, why did I sell it, right? It wasn't out of necessity or anything. It wasn't out of any kind of financial crisis or emergency. I've wanted to start a business for a while now. I've wanted to start a photography and videography business with a little bit more focus on videography, but I'm going to be starting in real estate with real estate photography and videography and various services in that field.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't want, there was a lot of equipment that I needed for the business, a lot of expenses that I needed for the business. I didn't want to take out a loan. I didn't want to take on any debt. And I didn't have the money in the bank to buy the things that I needed. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sell my GameCube collection. And that was a hard decision to make. But part of what made that decision easier was a couple of things. Well, number one, I'm trying to look at things in the long term, right? If I sell my GameCube collection, take that money, get what I need to build a successful business where I'm making more income on the side, making more money on the side, pay off debts because I've got some debts I need to pay off. And then all of a sudden that money is going into my pocket instead of going towards debts. That's going to give me a lot more money to go hunting with, to build collections with. So I'm kind of trying to look at it in the long term. So I knew from the very beginning when I was going to sell that GameCube collection, I knew that I was going to rebuild it again, as crazy as that sounds. And I had this idea of taking this opportunity to also kind of reinvigorate the YouTube channel and take the YouTube channel in a different direction than I have been, and doing more hunting videos, but kind of putting my own spin on it, giving it my own style, my own flavor. And the theme of those hunting videos being rebuilding the GameCube collection. So, and it's been a blast. It's a blast rebuilding the collection. It's kind of reinvigorated my love of video game hunting. So yeah, I mean, building a business, making more money, getting out of debt. Those are very important things for me, especially getting out of debt. And then taking the YouTube channel in a different direction. So it's kind of a combination of a lot of different things. And I don't regret it at all. I really don't.
Oh, wow. Oh, now, where do you usually find your pickups? Like, is it all Goodwill, trades, eBay, other retro stores? Like, how do you, especially those hard to find games, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
High ticket items.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's a combination of all of the above. So far where I'm at with the GameCube collection, I'm up to, I don't remember the exact number, but it's somewhere in the 180 range, all complete in box, all Black Label games. And I've only spent around 32% of market value. My goal is to rebuild the collection complete in box at under 50% market value. Now, as far as where I find the stuff, I've done a lot of trades, flea markets. I found a lot of games at flea markets, retro game stores. Yeah, I mean, all of the above. A couple on eBay, a few on Instagram, a few on whatnot. So a lot of different. I mean, I don't exclude any source. I prefer to find them all in the wild if possible, but I know that I'm not going to find them all in the wild. You know what I mean? So I know there's going to be some that I'm going to have to bite the bullet on and get on eBay at some point.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if I see Fire Emblem in the wild, I'll probably do a backflip in the highway. I mean, it's just impossible.
I have the Wii version, not the GameCube version, but
you guys know Gaming Off the Grid?
Yes. Love that show.
They found a freaking Fire Emblem Path of Radiance complete in box in mint condition in a Goodwill bin.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Wow, I wish.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, you know, you remember a couple of years ago where they found a stadium event complete in a Goodwill, right?
Did they?
They found it in Queens. Yep.
Really?
In Queens, New York.
Right next to me.
In Dan's hometown.
Wait, are you guys thinking of somebody else? Because I don't think Gaming Off the Grid's been to New York.
No, it wasn't them, but somebody had found it.
It's just in general.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I got you. That's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty sure that it was legit. I mean, we watched a bunch of videos on it and saw kind of went through the game film a little bit. I feel like it was legit, you know, and they came across this thing. I mean, it happens. I guess like the best thing that happened to me a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month ago, I found Marvel vs. Street Fighter at Goodwill, sitting out with the CDs.
That's a good one.
Nice.
$5.
$5. You can't beat that.
I found some things in Goodwill, but I think like the thing that really drove me it was Salvation Army. I asked, hey, do you have any games? I don't see any games. And the guy said, we have some Atari games in the back.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, sure. Yeah, let me take a look. I don't exclude Atari. He brought out the Wonderland. Was it the Wonder Boy series, Sega Master System? Each one.
Yep.
Wow.
They
in
were
the box?
great condition. In box.
Wow.
In box.
Wow.
And he said, okay, $5. So in my mind, I thought $5 for each.
Yeah.
He said, no, it's $5 for the whole, for all of them. I was like, yes, I'll take it.
That's epic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's not, and I wanted to say it's not Atari, but I just let them go with it. Because they were keeping it for I guess somebody was keeping it for somebody like that works in Salvation Army, and he wasn't supposed to sell it, but he was selling it to me, so I took it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a fun.
You said 180, around 180 right now, currently.
Yeah, somewhere in the 180 range, all complete and boxed, because I'm not adding a game to my collection unless it has the original GameCube case, the disc, the original cover art, and at least the manual.
Sure.
So I'm trying to do it a little bit different this time. So I've got a stack of games that I don't have the manual for that I haven't added to the collection yet, but if I get the manual for them, they'll go into the collection.
Yeah, just kind of piecemeal them together. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I've done that. So wait, Dan, how many GameCube? I can see your GameCube collection back there. How many total do you have?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
But I will tell retro. I hit a milestone myself this week. I hit 5,000 games for the collection, which
that's a lot of games, dude.
which was my goal when I started collecting back in like 2014, 2015. I said I just want to hit 5,000 games.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, the most that I had before I sold off a lot of my collection was around 3,000. So I can't even imagine 5,000. That's awesome.
I mean, he's got a lot of Barbie's Horse Adventure in there. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah,
they're not all bangers.
You know okay, listen, Dave. Barbie's Horse Adventure. Okay, it needs love. Premium game. It's a premium game for the Wii U. It was a premium game for the NES. Okay, don't sleep on the Barbie game.
All right. So I got about 1,700. I started a little later than Dan did, but Dan got me into it, and he's like, "You got to start collecting games." And then we started doing the podcast and all that. But the reason I was asking you, Dan, about your collection, so I'm gonna say roughly Dan probably has about 200 or so, right? That's over, I think, a 5-year period, right? I've got maybe 25 to 30 GameCube games, and that's over about a 5-year period, right?
Yeah.
The landscape up here versus where you're at, vastly different, because we don't see GameCube games in the wild. Like, I came across a couple of GameCube sports titles recently, and I was like, I'm gonna get them because I can't. It's like it's hard to find stuff. I found a Pikmin in a GameStop, and I was amazed by that. But I mean, it's tough. It's tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I don't find them out in the wild that much either, except at retro game stores and conventions. I mean, I hardly ever find them at flea markets, hardly ever find them at thrift stores. And when I do, it's usually the sports games.
Yeah.
So it's a challenge. It's hard to collect GameCube right now. I mean,
prices are going up too.
Prices are going up. There's not very many out there in circulation. There's a lot of people collecting for it. So it's you know, it's funny. When I made this decision to rebuild the GameCube collection a second time, I would have assholes in the comments that would be like, "You're stupid for collecting it again with how prices, with prices the way they are." Which is part of the reason why I want to ultimately build the complete set at under 50% of price charting or of market value in general, just to show people that it can be done. It can be done. And so far, like I said, I'm at 32. I've spent 32% of market value. I think it was I think right now my collection is worth somewhere around $3,600, and I've spent around $1,100. So I've spent a lot less than 50% right now, so I'm doing pretty good. My plan for the heavy hitters, whenever I get to that point, unless I get lucky and find some for cheap, my plan for those is to do reselling to get the money I need to buy those. And then I'm going to consider it $0 spent, because I'm not going to be spending my own personal income of money. I'm going to be using reselling funds to buy the heavy hitters. So that's going to be kind of the plan on down the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dan.
So talk to us more about the YouTube. Now, you got Mama Retro, which I love. I think that was a great addition to your channel. Now, Mama Retro is going to have her own channel. You're separating.
She's got her own channel, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Why the separation?
So, it's one of those things where me and my nephew, who edits all the videos on the channel, we felt like we felt like we had too much of a variety of content on the channel, and we felt like that was hurting us instead of being more narrowed and focused in the content. Because you would have some people that would only watch the channel for GameCube videos, some people that would only watch the channel for Mama Retro videos, and so on and so on. So we made the decision to go ahead and split Mama Retro off on her own YouTube channel. That way, that's one less type of video on my channel, and we can focus the content in a little bit more. And then the Mama Retro channel is all focused on Mama Retro. And what we did is we took the entire backlog of Mama Retro content off my channel. Well, we didn't take it's still on my channel, but we took those videos. We kind of edited out some of the slower parts and re-released them over time on the Mama Retro channel until we finally got to the point where we were releasing new content, which we're releasing new content now. And, it's been slow. The Mama Retro channel growth has been very slow, but it's one of those things where I feel like her channel, I feel like has the potential of going viral just because of how crazy she is on camera, how eccentric she is, how animated, and you never know what she's going to do. You never know what she's going to say. So I feel like it's one of those things where it's just going to take one video to go viral, and then that channel could explode. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. It hasn't happened yet.
Sure.
But that's kind of what I'm hoping for there.
Well, I think she's in a real unique space, right?
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of kind of older folk gamers in kind of that space attached with like that personality. Like, I mean, I can think of maybe like the Gaming Granny who plays like Skyrim, I think. Right?
Yeah, I think she had a stroke recently or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I mean, she kind of like blew up in that space and whatnot, and like, there's certainly room for more personalities. And I mean, I love
the granny. I love the granny. I think she's in the UK that plays nothing but Vita games.
Oh yeah,
JRPGs.
Nice.
Yeah. I love her channel because she's just like me. We're both on Vita Island. We're left there. It's just us. There's nobody else. There's nobody else there.
Yeah. But
well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I gotta tell you, filming those Mama Retro videos is a blast. It is just a blast because it's so unpredictable for me. Because none of it's scripted, none of it's planned. I just sit her down in front of the camera, hand her a controller, pick a game, and see what happens. And it's so unpredictable. I never know. And she abuses me a lot in the videos and, and hits me and pulls my freaking goatee and pulls my hair and smacks me. And then me and her we go back and forth with each other and banter back and forth. So it's a lot of fun for both of us. And yeah, I mean, I hope more people will give the channel a chance because I think even people that don't like video games could enjoy those videos just because of how funny they can be sometimes.
Yeah. Was she a gamer back in the day at all? Like
no.
Okay.
No, that first day that I set her down to play Super Mario Bros. 3 in the first episode, that was the first time she'd ever sit down to play a real video game.
That's fantastic. You chose, by the way, the best game ever. So
I think we've had this conversation before, right?
We did.
We did.
We ask all our guests. It's either Super Mario Bros. 3 or Super Mario World.
And I chose Mario Bros. 3.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, not everybody can be correct. Right. So.
Yeah, so it's actually funny. We did because we have another show, Saturday Morning Retro. We do specifically retro games, anything that's not current gen. And Dan had the idea. Says, what if we do each other's games? You play me, I'll play Super Mario World, and you do Super Mario Bros. 3, and then we'll kind of do a deep dive on it, and we'll go back and forth. And I came out of it some new revelations about Mario World, the sound design, the super long levels, the different exits and all that. Like there's some things that it did that was like really good. Oh, still 3 is the best one. Don't get me wrong. I mean it's 3 all day. Yeah. But World is up there.
It's great. Oh, it's great. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Listen, 3 is great. Second best NES game of all time.
What's the first best NES game of all time?
Any other NES game you can name of.
Oh, come
he just loves throwing shade my way. He knows I get heated over it.
Yeah,
I know. No, but look, no. I love Super Mario Brothers 3. I do. This is it's made me look like a Super Mario Brothers 3 hater when I love the game. It's just not better than World. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen. I mean, you got to pick one or the other, right? So
right, and those are it.
Well,
those are the ones.
I have more fond memories of Contra, playing with friends, trying to beat Contra, than I do Super Mario Brothers 3. So to me, Contra is like the best NES game of all time.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
it's a really good one.
There. Contra's up there.
So, what's your favorite? Because to me, you're like the Nintendo GameCube guy. Like that's how I like in my mind. Because I know you had the complete collection. You're doing it again. What's the best GameCube game of all time, in your view?
Well, let me ask you this: are we going to go overall library, or are we saying first party versus third party? Are we going to break it down to that, or just say overall library?
You know what? I'll make it easy. What's the best exclusive?
The best exclusive. Okay. Well, I would have said Resident Evil 4, but unfortunately that was only an exclusive for a short period of time before it hit PS2, and then now it's on everything, even VR, which, by the way, the VR version of Resident Evil 4 is fantastic.
Really? I wanted to try it, but I was like, I don't know about doing a Resident Evil game in VR.
It is the best way to play Resident Evil 4, in my opinion.
Yeah,
easily. Easily.
All right, because that's my favorite one of the series. Yeah.
Me too. All right. So if I were to pick a game that is still exclusive to the GameCube, even to this day, so I can't pick. So that means I can't pick Wind Waker. I can't pick Twilight Princess because those were ported.
Oh wow, yeah. None of the Sunshine.
Yeah,
that was ported.
That was ported.
Right.
Wow, you actually made this very tough, Dan.
Even Luigi's Mansion was ported to the 3DS. Right. So, I mean,
all right.
You could say Dark Sky. Okay. I don't know. The Skittles game.
All right. let me rephrase.
Okay.
The best exclusive of the time, not Resident Evil 4.
Okay, so best exclusive of the time, not Resident Evil 4, I would probably have to say, actually, you know what? This could be the answer for the original Criterion. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door.
Wow.
Because it has not been ported to anything.
That's right.
It's still stuck on the GameCube, and that is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
One of my favorite GameCube games.
That's solid. Best in the series, right? I mean...
Yeah. Yep, for sure. Yeah. If I had to pick a second one after that, I would say Twilight Princess.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can. I would say Wind Waker.
And I love Wind Waker too. Yeah. I mean, look, dude, the GameCube, even though the library wasn't as big as the PS2, wasn't as big as the Xbox, there was a lot of quality there, especially on the exclusive front.
Yep.
There are not very many trash games on the GameCube. I mean, there's probably around 50 games in the GameCube library out of all 551 that are trash titles. That's not a bad percentage. For the most part, it's a pretty quality library.
Yeah, and a lot of Nintendo content came out around that time. You got the Capcom 5, right?
Yep.
That's true.
Beautiful Joe and all that. Metroid Prime 1 and 2. Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on it.
Out of the Capcom 5, didn't they only release 4, right? They never released the 5th.
I think they missed one of the games, yes.
Yeah, because you got PN3, you got Beautiful Joe, Resident Evil 4. Was Beautiful Joe 2? Did Beautiful Joe 2 count?
No, maybe. I think there was
Killer 7. Was Killer
7 was the one? Yeah, Killer 7 was the one.
Yeah.
And I think every one of those games, maybe not PN03, but I think all the other 3 got ported to the PS2 because.
PN03 definitely was stuck on the GameCube for sure.
Yeah, it was a really cool concept, but
yeah.
Speaking of which, I mean, we do need a Beautiful Joe remake.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that.
Yes, we really do.
It's been way too long.
They need to take, because look, the art style in those games would age really well. They just need to clean it up, HDify it, take the first game, take the second game, release them in one package, HD remasters,
Yep.
60 frames per second, and then do a freaking third one.
Right. Put it out there, gauge the interest with the remaster, and then do the new game off of that. Oh,
that would be amazing.
This is the generation of the remaster, right? So yeah,
I know. I mean, every game for the Wii and the Wii U is now on the Switch, more or less.
Yeah. Which, hey, you know what? I'm happy about that. I don't mind. I think I've got them all too. Well, I don't have Pikmin 3, but I think I've got pretty much all the others.
Nice.
Oh, nice. I think Pikmin. I never thought I would be a Pikmin fan, but I am a big Pikmin.
Yeah, they're fun.
Right. I even like the 3DS game that came out.
I didn't try that one.
I know people hate on it, but I even like it. And that was my first Pikmin game I ever played. That made me want to buy the other Pikmin games to play it.
So before we let you go, do you have anything that you want to plug?
I mean, really, I just say, feel free to check out the channel. We're doing a lot of really cool, at least I feel like they're really cool hunting episodes. We're trying to do different things. Because I mean, look, there's a lot of YouTubers out there doing hunting episodes. We're trying to do some different stuff to distinguish ourselves from the other YouTubers. And we're also trying to make each hunting episode feel a little bit different. We're trying to, do a lot of variety and experimentation and stuff like that. So we've got a lot of we're pretty ahead in videos right now. I've got hunting episodes done that aren't coming out until July and August. So we've got a lot of content in the pipeline. So yeah, I mean, and I'm still going to be doing non-hunting episodes, but it's going to be a lot less frequently than I had been in the past because I need more time to put into the business that I'm trying to build.
Sure.
And it's a lot easier for me from a production standpoint and a pre-production standpoint to do hunting episodes than it is scripted, highly produced episodes. So that's another reason why I'm kind of leaning more into the hunting episodes so I have more time for the business. Also, please check out the Mama Retro channel. We are trying very hard to grow that channel. It's been slow. I promise you. Just go on there and just watch one video, any video, doesn't matter which one. I promise you, you will laugh at least once. If you don't laugh at least once, you probably don't have a soul. I'm just saying.
Love it.
But yeah, and again, guys, I appreciate you having me on.
You know what we have to do before you go?
Okay. What we got?
Dave, it's like the light bulb has come up.
Go ahead, lay it down.
So the first game you gave Mama Retro was Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yep.
Okay. We got to give her Super Mario World for the Mama Retro channel. Then we have to bring her on here to ask her the most important question she's ever been asked in the world. What's the best Mario game? And maybe Mama Retro will get it right.
Hey, listen, if you guys want to get Mama Retro on here, we can make it happen. I promise you it will be very entertaining. And it's actually good that you guys do this pre-recorded because I would never put her on something live. There are things that I have to cut out of the Mama Retro episodes that she says that she's not trying to be offensive. She's not trying to intentionally be offensive, but she says some things sometimes that I'm like, maybe we should cut that out. Somebody might take that the wrong way. So yeah, it's good that you guys do this pre-recorded, but hey, yes, if you want to try to get Mama Retro on, let me know. It could be fun.
All right.
I've never done that before. I don't know what'll happen, but it should be entertaining.
Oh, it'll definitely be a good time.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic, and thank you for coming on again. It's been awesome to talk to you and learn about the Gamecube collection and all that, and all the successes. So. If you want to check out Retro Wolf 88, he is on YouTube at Retro Wolf 88, and you can check out Mama Retro too. She is she's got a fantastic show on there. She is a good watch. Definitely subscribe to both. And that about does it. That is episode 315 of the books, folks. We want to thank you guys for listening to the show, for liking, commenting, and doing all the good stuff that you guys do. If you want to interact with us, and we know that you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. Also, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. You can check out all of the fine podcasts featured on there at gamingpodcastalliance.com if you're looking for more gaming goodness. So, please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.